Good day, viewers. We visit the grave only because we don't know where else to find our departed ones. You're welcome. Today we are going to, or in this video, we're going to another tabloid, and this is it. It is the paper of Monday, July 14th to July 20th, 2003. Price 1,500. How to escape bad dates. It's still love and life. See the title. How to escape bad dates. Turn to page 9. Then mayhem at Old Tafo. Then uh, they made cures daddy's impotence. Dilemma of the maid servant, or some say dilemma. Okay. Lady Santana picks Evelyn's call. Who killed Charity? Under the series Who Killed Charity? So the mayhem story is here. We shall go to it a bit in a short time. Teenage boy gives birth. Wonderful, isn't it? Teenage boy gives birth. Vision 2000 Lotto director grabbed. I'm afraid to be fingered. Hmm. Uh, Nataki, that's the writer. He is sex mad. He treats girls like dirt. He is too shy. He said I was a flop. Then Strange by Through, we'll go to it. Then Forbidden Love by John Smith and Poster Drill Sabina. Uh, Quotation from the publisher. Mm. Great lovers are made, not born. That's the quotation. Great lovers are made, not born. Well, well, I don't know if I'll side with her or with them. Mm? Well, somehow, I won't side with it fully. Uh, a woman's worth, Alicia Keys, Hollywood Bees. So, like usual, this is foreign news for the foreigners. They know the personalities in there. Some of them may still be alive, and you see that their stories were carried far away to Africa. Uh, the invitation, then economics, how to escape bad days. Yes, the art of double dating. I think we shall read that too. The art of double dating. Then page 10. My wife's best friend is also a story in the series. Uh, uh, then you can see Alhaji Konkode. Alhaji Konkode. Then the last, let the people hear new things media. God remands an insolent youth. Attention. Okay. So let's take off gently and land gently. Not like Alhaji Konkode does, gently and land roughly, abruptly. Meham Atafu. It is universally known that there is no fire without smoke, but many are stunned as who are the brains behind the brutal attack on the junior brother of Nana Kweku Buo, the Ebusuapenyi of the Agwana royal family, Opanyin Kwabna Bedia Kupoko, and his son, 24 years, Kofi Sapon, last 2 weeks. According to a very impeccable source, uh, according to a very impeachable source at the Old Tafo, Old Tafo's palace, which was also which has also been confirmed by the police in Kumasi, two young men, also from the palace, have been nabbed, put before court in Kumasi as suspects for the brutal attack of Opanyem Poku and his son Sapon. The two suspects, Kwame Frimpong, Elias Pele, and Kwadwo Kusi, are subjects of the Old Tafo stool. According to the source, the two had jointly gone to demand some amount of 30 million cedis each from the chief, using one of the royals as a conduit for their services during their hectic and protracted chieftaincy days to these peaceful times. Within these rebellious subjects of the palace attacked and brutally assaulted Opanyempoku at Old Tafo near the palace and threatened mayhem. When Kofi Sapon, the 24-year-old son of Opanyempoku, confronted his cousins to know what crime his father had committed to warrant the brutal assault, he was severely attacked and received several stabs from cutlass wounds and slashed at the back of his I'm reading what I say, and slashed at the back of his head on his right hand, and another deep cut on the side of his head, and 8 centimeters gaping wounds. Sapon bled profusely as he lay prostrate on the ground. All thought he was dead and rushed him to the hospital, where where the gaping wounds was. Okay, let me correct it. Where the gaping wounds were uh, sutured and medications applied. Let's stop there. We've seen the gaping. We've seen the head. Teenage boy gives birth. This is interesting. I'll read it. Uh, Nature has decreed that only female in all oh God spices. Okay, in all species. Let me correct it. In all species of animals, including human beings, are should conceive and give birth to their kinds in fulfillment of the biblical prophecy, which made reproduction a divine demand on humanity. It's therefore a near impossibility physically for any make animal or human being to give birth to its kind. For any male, respect is spelled as make. Okay, let me correct it. For any male animal or human being to give birth to its kind. But according to weekly words news, a teenager thought to be a boy was exposed as a woman after he had given birth to a baby in a town called Xiao Xiao in a town called Sio in Burkina Faso, the country which shares common border with Ghana, with the, with Ghana, with the Upper West and Upper East regions in the north. The teenager Hamidou, the teenager Hamidou Tie, who is 16 years of age, experienced stomach pains. His experienced stomach pains. Full stop. His senior brother Mbido, 30 years, rushed him to a clinic near a remote tiny village in the northeastern corner of Burkina Faso. According to Mbidu, he was stunned when his younger brother, who all has known to be a male, gave birth to a bouncing 6 pounds baby boy at the clinic. It was weird, he allegedly said. I brought only my brother, sorry, I brought only my brother to the hospital and I was returning home with a sister and a nephew. I was in panic. The irony of this strange exposure was that Hamaidu was born as a freak of nature, a hermaphrodite, a person with both male and female sex organs. He now calls himself Situ. That's after giving birth, he's changed his name to Situ, meaning to Sita, meaning a female name, after the strange delivery of the baby. When asked to explain the apparent strange situation, he said he suspected he was not a boy as he started menstruating 4 years ago, but he kept it a secret and even underwent his tribes initiation rites as a male, camping and dancing in the jungle with other boys with masks. He said he said he was impregnated when one of his male friends discovered the truth about him, about his sexual dual about his dual sexual and had intercourse. Yes, he would do it. You can trust boys. According to Hamidu, now Sita, he thought it was shameful to be pregnant because everybody knew him as a boy. He, however, said, but after birth, I was satisfied to be recognized as a woman in my home and tribe. Okay, we'll bypass the complaints here. He said I was full up, he's too shy. He said, we'll bypass it and go to strange but true. Uh, this column satisfied my desire to read these papers as signs from the Quran. Uh, Strange but true, talking. Uh, the record for non-stop talking has been 200 hours by S.E. Jayaraman. By S.E. Jayaraman, 54, 54 at the Agaram Gandhi Institute, Madnas, India, February 3rd, February 3rd, February through stroke 11 through stroke 1987. The women's non-stop talking was set by Mrs. Mary E. Davis, who September 2nd, who September 2 stroke 7, 1958 started talking at a radio station in Buffalo, New York, in Buffalo, NY, and did not draw breath until 100 10 hours, 30 minutes, 5 seconds later in Tulsi, Oklahoma. Oh, 110 hours. Hmm? Remember, a day is 24. Remember, a day is 24 hours. So that presumably should be about 5 days, huh? If I'm not mistaken, almost 5 days, at least 4 days in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the page, another paragraph, and the page 23, a Methodist lay preacher at Woolton, Liverpool, England, gave an after dinner speech lasting 24 hours, only 1 stroke 2, 1986, at the city's St. George Hotel. Second story, standing up. The longest period on record that anyone has stood up continuously is more than 17 years. Yay! It's more than 17 years. From 1977 to November 19... what is this? From 1977 to November 1973. How? Huh? Okay, maybe to 83. Huh? To November. If it's 17 years, it can be 1977 to 1973. Maybe viewers can do the calculation themselves and fix the date. Mm. Because from 77 to 07 is 10 years. Uh, so 17, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. It's not very clear. But maybe once we know, let's satisfy ourselves that it is 17 years. So from this to that, in the case of Swami Mejiri Mahari, while performing the tapasya or penas in Shaharanpur, Uttar Pradesh, India. When sleeping, he will lean against a plank. He died aged 85 in September 1980, standing up for 17 years. And let me repeat this. When sleeping, he would lean against a plank. Well, maybe he had a medical condition that didn't allow him to sleep, to lie flat. Okay, third story. Smoke ring blowing. The highest recorded number of smoke rings formed with the lips from a single pull of a cigarette cheek cheek tapping disallowed is 355 by January by Jan van Dius, foreman of Copenhagen, Copenhagen, Denmark, achieved in Switzerland in August 1979. Spike driving. In the World Championship Professional Spike Driving competition held at the Golden Spike National Estomicite in Utah, Dale C. Jones, 49, Jail C. Jones, 49, of Lehi, broke 6-inch railroad spike in a time of 26.4 seconds on August 11, 1984. He incurred no penalty point under the official rules. Showering. The most prolonged continuous shower bath on record is one of 340 hours. I don't know what sort of records these are. I don't know. Well, it's one. It's 340 hours, 40 minutes, said by Calvin Katish, my Cathy at Bugalo State College, NY, March 29, April, May 9, March 29, April 12, 1985. The female record is 121 hours, 1 minute by Lisa D'Amato, November 5 to 10, 1981, at Hapur College, Birham, uh, Berhampton, NY. This commission, NY, this commission can be a positive danger. So, showering for 340 hours. Well, I don't know. Uh, that's how many days? More than 10 days, at least. Okay. Longest search. Walter Edwin. Walter Edwin Percy Zillwood. Born London, December 1900. Traced his missing sister, Linda Mrs. Elizabeth Eleanor Allen. Born November 1897. Died 1982. After 79 years through the agency of the Salvation Army in May 3rd, 1980. Yes, God has given him long life to do a search for 79 years. That's a sign, good sign from God. Hmm? Then shaving. The fastest barber on record is, is Gary Harley, who shaves 987 men in 60 minutes with a safety razor in Gillingham, England, on April 28, 1983, taking 3.64 seconds per volunteer. He shaved 235. He shaved 235 even braver volunteers with the cutthroat razor in a less perfun- perfunctory 15.3 seconds per face on August 13, 1984. He drew blood only once. Wow! Huh? Shaving 987 men in 1 hour, that's 60 minutes. Well, I don't know the kind of shaving it is. Maybe it's not easy. Mhm. Uh, this reminds me of a Baba. Somebody gave me a story of a Baba who was uh, doing the hair of a small boy, and he kept on shouting at him, "Zamna dede, Zamna dede, Zamna dede" means sit straight, sit straight, sit straight. And at the end of the day, the barber was so horrible. The boy's hair was so horrible, and people say, "Ah, but why did you keep telling him to sit straight? Zamna dede, Zamna dede, Zamna dede," and this kind of rough haircut you've given him. Okay, let's see. Yes, we finished with shaving. We are now going to shoe shining. People enjoy taking part in competitions. Mm, We thank God. Anyway, shoe shining. In this category, limited to teams of 4 teenagers, an 8 hours time limit, and all shoes on the hoof. The record is 6,780 pairs by the Sheffield, England Citadel Band of the Salvation Army on February 27, 1982. Well, I don't know if these kinds of records can be broken. I don't know if they can ever be broken. Mm. Then sermon. The longest sermon on record was delivered by the Reverend Ronald Kalanga at the Baptist Temple of the at the Baptist Temple, Appomattox, Appomattox, YA, June 26 to July 1st, 1983, for 124 hours. Well, I can imagine his listeners were sleeping or maybe going out and coming back. Mm, mm. So I think so. I think the members were either sleeping or going, leaving him alone and coming back. He kept on, while he kept on talking. Now, second paragraph. From May 31 to June 10, 1969, the 14th Dalai Lama, born July 6, 1935, as Tenshin Gyaltso Buddhism for 5 to 7 hours per day to total 60 hours in India. Sorry for clumsy reading. Forbidden Love by John. Okay, quotation from the publisher. Great lovers are made. Oh, I think this is a repetition. Great lovers are made, not born. I think I read it already. Uh, let's go to the next page and see. I think the middle pages are normally made up of foreign news. Mm. So let's bypass that. Economics. How to escape bad dates. The art of double dating. Let's read this. The art of double dating. Honorable, why don't we take them to that cute fish place we love? Honorable, why don't we take them to that cute fish place we love? We decided to lay down the laws of chilling as a quartet from the most foursome, friendly spots to conversation topics to avoid at all costs. It's odd, but so damn true. Full stop. When you and your boyfriend go out with another couple, it almost feels like the two of you are advertisement. Full stop. Date, dating them, I don't know, dating them. Sure, you're not planning on you're not planning on shaggering Lorraine and Mike after dinner and movie, but back at home, you will probably ask yourself, think they liked you, think they liked you, or think they liked us, or can you believe they only chipped in on a third of the bill? And you can bet your Vespa built for two. It's a long word with hyphens on connecting them. Vespa built for two, or you can bet your Vespa built for two that LMM are saying similar things about you. Double dating always seems easy and fun, says Justin Vogels, author of Dating, a survival guide from the front lines. From the front lines, full stop. But things can get really complicated really quickly. Insecurities, weirdness, touchy issues, and even attractions can crop up with four people as easily as with two. Whether you're a DD, whether you're a DD a DD pro or just a beginner, these tips will totally prepare you to sidestep any doubles troubles. Double dating. Do's and don'ts. Number one, double dating do. Double dating do. Knowing their tastes. Yes, we know you and Annie Bear love Indian food, but before you make reservations, ask the other couple if they have any no cuisines. You don't want to put them in curry hell, do you? Here's a good equation. The longer you've been going out with a certain couple, the more adventurous the restaurant can be, says Jennifer Warwick. Warwick, uh, co-author of the Worst Case Scenario, of the West Coast Scenario Survival Handbook, and column. Dating and sex. So it's your first time out. Go to a place you're all familiar with, or that at least serves familiar food, so you can focus on getting to know one another. Warwick says, and for Warwick says, and for the love of La Mancha, don't push them to share group dishes. It may skip out the other couple to have a pick from the same tapas plate as you, to be continued next week. Well, I don't think we do. We think about that ourselves. Now we go to Alaji Konkode. That Kaka Fionto Judge Kumasi, your honor or your worship, whatever suits you is my address. Maybe this a repetition. Okay. Papa Judge, Papa Judge, first know you we are in an era of zero tolerance of corruption and the rule of law. If anyone shall permit corruption, I think we've heard this. Okay. That ignorant assemblyman, I hear me. Assemblyman, you are an honorable man, so you should learn to behave well by comporting yourself in all dealings. You are always polluting, brainwashing people. You are always polluting and brainwashing people to do unexpected, to do the unexpected. Why? I think we've heard this too. Those party bosses, as if you guys say Ashanti, be careful. I don't think this one we've done. The last one. Those much remain, Kumasi. Do you have do you have any sense and pride? Do you have any do you have any sense and pride? Oh, I thought you were also professionals and a wing of the health services. But the way you go about your duties and how you demand bribes make me think differently. Who takes delight in sending relatives to the mortuary? Are mortuary families? Are mortuary families? I watched in astonishment when you people openly demanded bribes from deceased relatives who know who from deceased relatives for no work done because most deceased families are even afraid of their own dead relatives. The way you handle dead bodies are also too cruel and appalling to say the least. So you better change for better, or very soon you shall also go inside the morgue and suffer same fate. Like I said, the other stories seem to be repetitions. So, viewers, I think I shall end here. I didn't go much into Alaji Kokole because I don't want to bore you with repeated stories. Mm. Thank you very much. We shall meet again. Ila Lekai. May God bless you.